We're really excited today to have the opportunity to be out at the Kirkpatrick Center in the gardens here and looking at all the beautiful signs of spring. I know that there's some really neat things coming up at the gardens here this spring, and we have with us today Deborah Boudreau, who is with the Kirkpatrick Center. And Deborah, I know standing in front of this windmill is kind of reminiscent of Holland here, and you all have some really exciting things to feature Holland. What's coming up this year at the Kirkpatrick Center?
Well, we have a wonderful new festival that we're calling the Dutch Tulip Festival, and obviously we're going to be incorporating a lot of beautiful tulips, 12,000 tulip bulbs to be exact. But also we found a lot of Dutch friends that had some historical significance in the history of Oklahoma, and they'll be joining us to celebrate the tulips by dancing and showing us some native crafts and doing a lot of fun things out here those weekends also.
Oh, that's going to be a lot of fun, I'm sure. And that comes up just next weekend, April the 14th and 15th, is that correct?
14th and 15th we'll have activities all through the garden, and then throughout the week you'll be able to view the garden, and then again on the following weekend, which is April 21st and 22nd, we'll again have the live dancing, etc. out here in the gardens.
Oh, that's going to be a lot of fun. I hope I get a chance to come over and see it. And I'm always really pleased with the way these gardens look, and I noticed now that you have several tulips already beginning to flower, but some in some different stages of development. I know Sean Daring, the gardener out here, has been very instrumental in getting this thing in the shape that you want it for the Tulip Festival. You've got several varieties that are beginning to flower now, but I guess your main hope is that we'll have a real splash of color on the 14th and the 15th.
Right. Hopefully all the beds in the center will be in full bloom on those weekends.
There's also going to be, you mentioned some dances, some crafts, some Dutch foods, and those sorts of things.
Right. The international folk dancers will be out here doing klompen, which is a wooden shoe dance out on the stage, and we have lots of extra wooden shoes and want to invite everybody to come out and dance with us. And then we'll also be having some bakers that have baked some historically significant recipes that were used down through the ages, spice cookies and all sorts of Holland pastries and all sorts of wonderful things to eat. And then we have toll painters that will be doing hindelopen, which is the Dutch toll painting. We have carvers that will show how they carve the antique cookie molds, and we'll have a wonderful historic supply of cookie molds also.
Oh, that's going to be great. Now tell me how people can come in and view this.
It's all free with the admission, the general admission into the building. And when you come in, you can see all the wonderful things in the building and then come out and spend the afternoon out in the gardens.
And it's really a family event and a family affair, isn't it?
Definitely. There's something for everyone.
Well, I'll tell you, if next weekend, when this festival takes place, is as beautiful as today is, I can't imagine why anybody would not want to come out and participate in this.
It'll be wonderful.
And even if we should not happen to have beautiful, bright, sunny weather, these gardens really, really are fantastic and make you think that you're in Holland, whether you're there or not. There are some other things also that are coming up, I know, that are special events here at the Kirkpatrick Center. Would you tell me a little bit about those things also?
Sure, be glad to. On the 22nd of April, which is the last day of the Tulip Festival, it's also the 20th anniversary of Earth Day. And we're trying to make the Oklahomans be a little bit more environmentally aware. So we'll be presenting about 70 different businesses telling about the problems in the environment in Oklahoma. And that's the last day of Tulip Fest, and it's also a special admission day. So we'll be giving a special price that day to come and see the tulips, have fun at the festival, and also come to Earth Day.
Well, there's always something going on at the Kirkpatrick Center. I know Earth Day this year particularly is gaining a lot of support throughout the country. And I know in Oklahoma Gardening we're doing some special things also to promote Earth Day. So perhaps we can encourage people to come out for that event also as well. Now, one more thing I want to be sure and ask you before we leave here today is, tell us again exactly how persons can get to the Kirkpatrick Center, where it's located.
Okay, we're on the corner of 52nd and Martin Luther King, and if you're familiar with Remington Racetrack, we're right across the street from that. It's easily accessible by I-35 by taking the 50th Street exit.
And also very close to the zoo.
Yes.
So while they're here, they could even also
yes,
visit the zoo because there's some beautiful plants over there. Well, Deborah, thank you so much for sharing this with us. Again, I'm just amazed at how beautiful these gardens are every time we come over. You all do a tremendous job here, and we really hope that you have a lot of success at the Dutch Festival, and we'll look forward to seeing you there.
Come out and see us.
We hope you've enjoyed this classic from the Oklahoma Gardening Vault. Remember, even though these tips and techniques are timeless, there's always something new to learn in the world of gardening. By subscribing to both Oklahoma Gardening and OK Gardening Classics, you'll have access to a wealth of gardening knowledge, both classic and contemporary.